I don't know that they should have put a cutest couple spot before you and I got onto TV.
That would probably be a good idea in the future.
In the future, I'll take note of that. You know, tailgating, parties, special events, catering, weddings, those kind of things, all are synonymous with good food. Food Southeast Texas. And, of course, the link has been, pretty much a staple here in the region. And there's so many different ways to prepare it, but one of the biggest things that people at least, comment about it is a little tough and a little bit, hard to have, at least in a good place setting. But James has come on the show. We're doing a segment that's showing how you prepare these links. And there's
Right.
a bunch of different ways that you can do that.
You remember the day I was featured in a magazine
That I
for
do.
my tender technique, and you've never
Yeah.
let me live that down.
Yeah, well, it was a tailgating segment, and they had a bunch of different area
It's a little
celebrities.
feature on Zumos
Yeah.
out of Beaumont, and then they wanted someone preparing it, and so I stepped in and did the
But that is one of the deals. I mean, Zumo's obviously based here, Harrington's too. A lot of
right.
local companies.
That's the
putting
two
out
I like to use, Zumos and Harringtons, both local.
Okay.
Harrington's out of Winnie, and then
Yeah.
Zumos, of course,
different
out of Beaumont
ingredients
here.
and things like that. But you've got a way that you like to prepare, and that makes it a little bit easier. Well, it affects the flavor and also the texture of the sausage.
Well, let me ask you, when you bite into it, there's nothing worse than when it doesn't tear, and you're
and
sitting there
it
trying to
splits
pull it
off and
apart.
then
Yeah, that's the key.
Okay.
To me, you got to get them on. Right now, I'm using a crock pot. I've got a variety of ways. Sometimes
Okay.
I boil them, but you want to boil them or put them in a crock pot.
That's
but
a
not,
turnoff to a lot of people, but really that's the only
Tell
way
me
you're
how.
going to get.
That's going to
Yeah.
soften the skin, and that's
Right.
all I'm wanting to do with this technique is soften the skin. And then, of course, you see Dr. Pepper here, and you might want to wonder, a lot of people put Dr. Pepper or Coke and it gives it a little sweeter taste, but it helps separate the grease as well. I like to drain my water. 2 hours I like to sit in this crock pot,
Okay.
then drain it.
So
and
you've got
start
in
over
there
again.
nothing. The sausage, water,
And
Dr. Pepper.
I put a couple
and
cans
that's
of
it.
Dr. Pepper in there, and it's just been sitting for several hours, and
Okay.
and that's going to soften that skin. Now, ultimately, I'll take it out of here sometime and then throw it on my grill for a little
Yeah,
while.
well, that's going to do a couple of that. It'll add a smoke taste to it. It
Right.
adds to the flavor. But I've also heard, and I don't know, you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that the acid in either Dr. Pepper or Coke or whatever also helps soften, that casing that's on the.
It does,
Okay.
and that's the key, is just getting that casing soft and,
Okay.
and making it real tender.
Now, a different barbecue sauce is going to make a difference too. I mean, because people think that they can go just grab something off the shelf
Right.
and have any. There's so many different. How do you know?
To me, that's where it's to each his own.
Okay.
Every barbecue has its own flavor and sauce.
And so you're gonna have to do your homework ahead of
One
time
of the
for
best,
that.
just all around, I've liked that everyone likes is just the Kraft Original.
Really?
And I'm telling you, that may sound surprising, but Kraft Original is one of my favorites. Just
Okay.
when I'm doing it for a big party.
Yeah.
And that's just the one that most people like. I've experienced, experimented with Stubbs and a
Yeah.
lot of those specialty barbecue sauces, and they're good, but they may not be to everyone's liking.
And so, at what point do you do the barbecue sauce? Is it something that you add to the crock
Right.
pot while it's in the cooking
I
process?
do. At the end of this, I'll drain the water, get down to just a very little in the bottom, and then I'll add all my barbecue sauce on there. But today I've got a pan, and that's what I'm going to do when I'm done. I'm going to fish all these out of here, put them in there, and put the barbecue sauce on, and I'm going to let all of you taste it. In fact,
Okay.
let's get some steam going now. You can see it. It's
Yeah.
been going for several hours, but looking.
And you have it on low heat, high heat, or what?
Well, I'm running a little behind, so that's why I had it on high heat, trying to bring up the heat. But yeah, once I get them up and boiling, I'll back off and just put it on warm or low. And,
Are we
and
coming
let it
back
go.
and tasting this at the end of the show, or are we done now?
You bet we can.
Okay, we'll do that. In the meantime, I'm going to get ready. We've got some rainy weather to talk about and more of News at Noon coming up right after the break. Stay with us. Again, what we were showing you is a quick tailgating and or any kind of gathering
Make you one.
recipe for. Yeah, I think I will for your for hot links, because it's pretty much a staple and easy to do.
Harrington Zumos.
Harrington on this side. We'll just try them out. There's nothing saying we can't get one of each, right?
Come on, Rob. Jump in.
Here you go, Rob.
There we go.
Oh, he
Try it
wants
out.
that one.
No, I want that one.
Well, here,
Yeah.
knock it out.
There you go.
You
What
know,
I did
I'm
for my
here to
Super Bowl
help.
party this
I'm here
weekend.
to help. If they need if they need this for a recipe, can we get this online, Nicole? Or no, we can. Sure. I've just added another job to her. But again, it's as easy as maybe the addition of one of your favorite soft drink beverages in with the boiling water before things are said and done. Sort of lightens up the skin on that. More of News at Noon when we come back after the break. Stay with us.